Alright guys, I got a quick video for you today. Today I'm going over how to start a league and what to do with the coaching staff. This video is a part of a series I'm doing for the new Madden rebuilder or the guy coming back from Madden after being out of the game for years and they feel lost. So all I'm going to do today is go over how I start my league and what I do with my coaching staff. That's it. So I will put out more information as time goes on, but I know I've had a lot of questions and guys reaching out to me in my comments about just getting back into Madden and being a little lost. So I want to help you, and we'll go from there. So, by the way, my name is David. This is Franchise Revival. I do a lot of rebuilds and content to help you with your rebuild. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. But let's get into this video and go over how to start a Madden 25 franchise. Alright, so the first thing I would do would be go to the download center, and especially this time of year, if you want to use updated rosters with free agency and stuff like that, um, sports gaming rosters, I believe he's doing current rosters, so you can download those, and then also draft classes. He's got draft classes. I'm not sure if he's finished updating the draft classes from post combine. He may not. So you could definitely check out his stuff or find someone else's. Just Google search it, YouTube search it. So I would want those downloaded before I start any new franchise. And then we're going to go into franchise. And let's create a new league here. So I always do offline for a couple reasons. If you do solo or multiplayer online, if you need to control another team, you have to have another PlayStation account to do that. Very annoying. And also, the Madden servers like to go offline all the time, or if you can't connect to your Wi-Fi or internet hardwire, you can't play. So I don't do online. And tinfoil hat theory, I think some people have different results with simming with online, but who knows. So I always do play offline, and I do roster file default or creation roster. You don't want this. This is like the preset roster before any updates, I believe. So I always do roster file. There you go. Importing roster.
Choose the team you want to start your
yada yada
franchise
yada.
with.
Pick your team. So you should know what team you want and what playbooks. You should have it all ahead of time. You know, I'm an Eagles fan, so let's do the Eagles, right?
Use the options on the left to edit league settings and choose what role you want to run the show as, a coach or an owner.
So you can start to change the starting point, preseason or regular season or fantasy draft. I never do fantasy draft. That's totally up to your preference. I would probably start preseason so I can make some changes as much as possible. I'll never do owner. I don't think I'll ever do owner, but that's up to you. And then if you don't want to use Nick Sirianni or a set coach, you can use a custom coach, but usually these coaches come with some things on their tree already, and then this is where you want your league settings. Alright, if you're doing CPU quick sim stuff, I still change all this, but I don't think it matters. Especially the quarter length, it's always simmed in 15 minutes, whether you have it set to 1 or 2. It's definitely always. But if you're going to do any slow sim, that's definitely something you need to change, right? All these settings you should probably have changed, and for that, I would check out Sim Gaming Network. He does a lot of work on CPU versus user and CPU versus CPU, all your slider settings and all that stuff. They matter a lot for slow sim. No matter what, I'm turning off tutorial pop-ups. It's very annoying. I keep everything pretty much the same because I know, especially when I do testing and simming, quick simming, I don't change too much because I can't guess what your settings are. So I just try to stick to the basic as much as possible, and I really have a good experience doing either one. But you definitely want to turn off pre-existing injury. You don't want guys already hurt that are going to be hurt for the season. Progressive fatigue, I turn that off. That doesn't work correctly in my opinion, and I think a lot of people will back that up. It's up to you whether or not when you turn off injury or practice injury. I leave them on. Uh, Even though I don't pay attention to them, I still leave on prospect storylines. I I recommend turning this off to unlimited because it breaks after a while. If you leave it on 5, eventually you start running out of it. Like after like 3 or 4 years, you'll only be able to assign 2 in the first. It's like stupid. So this is broken. So just leave it at unlimited. You're playing by yourself. It doesn't matter how many people you go after. I mean, if you want to challenge, you know, do it yourself and set 5, but you're gonna get limited on being able to reach 5 in the first stage. They have not fixed that. So coach firing, CPU only, leave that on, career clock, all that stuff. This is also up to you. And I would turn fill roster off. And there you go. So I'm going to start from the preseason. Now, we're just going to talk about the coaching here, right? So this is pretty key. Coaching matters. Let's go into playbook. So playbooks matter, and I believe scheme matters. I've now become a believer. So I got content on my channel. I don't know if anyone else does. I don't think too many people put out this kind of content where they talk about playbooks for quick or slow sim. So, think about your team. Think about the team you want to build, and change your playbook, and then also know what scheme goes with them. Now, I just did the Giants and their their West Coast scheme power run. So let's look at the West Coast power. Look at the offense. I mean, I'm pretty good with that. But you don't have to, in my opinion, the scheme matters as far as, I think, being in unison with the playbook, right? Playing well. But as far as how you want to build your players, I don't think that really matters. It helps, especially until you change something on your coaching tree. But I didn't mind using this one. I mean, improviser was okay. Not one of the best archetypes to build your quarterback. A power back, playmaker. Playmaker is probably one of the best. And then having all your offensive linemen being power, and you can move them all around, that's good. Tight end possession is really not that great. Vertical is probably better. But I started trading for blocking tight ends. Like knowing the playbook, this playbook doesn't really throw to the tight end, so I went out and got blocking tight ends, and I got my one tight end to be an X factor, and he had all kinds of like blocking X factor, super ability. So, but it did. I don't know if it really helped, but you can build your players however you want. But if you want to challenge yourself, find an archetype that you like and build everybody in that. Vertical zone run really worked well with the Giants, but I don't know. It depends how you want if you want to build those kind of people. They have strong arm, elusive back. Those are good. Deep threat, wide receiver. That's probably like the second best archetype for a wide receiver. Vertical threat, pass protector. They're a little weak, but What else? Power, multiple power run. Good one. That's pretty good. Wide receivers are physical, but you know, you can build them in that or not. Like run and shoot worked really well with the Giants. I mean, they're all there's nothing to do with like we're not using receiving back or slot wide receiver. To have all your that's another thing. All right, to have all your wide receivers the same archetype, they need to change that going forward. Like we don't need 6 slot wide receivers and all that. Anyway, all right, so you can find on my channel or other channels what playbooks and schemes to use. So you're going to choose that. And the next thing you're going to do is go to staff here. And you want to pick new coordinators. Or you can keep the same ones, but you always want to fire them. Fire them. And then you'll have guys here with hiring bonuses. Hire them. And then you can fire them. So you're going to get extra points here that you can use. I think it's generally always the same coordinators that are there. I don't believe that the schemes of the coordinators really matter that much to success. They matter more to what their trees offer. So let's say we want this guy's tree. I like his tree, right? Especially if your running backs or quarterback or wide receivers are young and they need help, or if they're getting old and they need help with strength, speed, acceleration. These come in really handy then. So you want to hire your coaches based off what kind of trees they offer. You got to read through them and pick the best ones. I can't. Depends what you need. You know, don't worry if they're a 4-3 base scheme and you run a 3-4. Sometimes that actually might help you out. I don't think it really affects your wins or not. It's more about what the trees offer for your players. So, do that. Just hire this guy. So, look through their trees and figure out what you want. Oh, also, a quick thing. I believe in the past, like you had to fill up each box before you can go to the next one. But now you can do one, and then you can do multiple at the same time. So that's cool. So you can only do one box might not be something you want. So you can kind of get down to the boxes that you really want and fill them up by go one more one and then filling up a box. Depending how long you're gonna do your rebuild for, I would build your head coach first. I would start especially with development, and then this one, you never have to worry about building players out of the scheme of your offense anyway. This is all about gaining XP for a position, and I think that really helps with building teams and players over the long run, especially backup players. So I would build, I do rebuilds well over 3-5 years. So I build my head coach's trees first to get the XP for all my players that I can. So that's what I would do personally. But if you are doing it shorter, you can put your points towards your offensive and defensive coordinator's tree. So, all right. Well, there you go. That's just a quick rundown of how I would set up the league. Of course, there's other things I would do with roster and players. We'll cover those at another time. But I just want to give the new guys or women a quick rundown of how I would set my league, and hopefully that helps you with Madden rebuild season in full effect, with all of us getting our new free agency signings and the draft coming up in a month. So I hope that helped. If you have any more questions, I plan on doing some more of these and just continuing to go through rebuilds, and hopefully they help you. All right, well, we'll see you later.